it's 11 o'clock. So, first of all, I just want to say thanks to everyone joining us today. We're really excited about Ask Me Anything. So, I'm Ashley Childers, and I'm the founder of Emporium Home. And I am the designer. I'm the creative director of that brand. And we are super excited to have the line on the gorgeous new William D. Scott website. So we launched last week, and it's absolutely gorgeous. We want everybody to go there and look at the new collection, tons of new products, new designs that I've been working on for the last 2 years. And then, of course, all of our customer favorites, some of the things that are iconic Emporium Home designs we've kept in the line. So, so today we are doing a little Q&A session called Ask Me Anything with me. And I want to just answer any design questions you have, any questions you have about the Emporium Home line. So you can just pop them into the feed and I'll be able to see them. So we're going to get started with the first question is, first of all, I love your work. Thank you very much. That's very sweet. And where can I see more? So like I said, the Emporium Home collection, the line that I design is on williamdscott.com. It's a beautiful website that has the most gorgeous collection of home furnishings that are completely unique to the William D. Scott brand. So nothing that you see on the website is anywhere else. You can't get it anywhere else. And all of the pieces are either designed by me or some of our other really talented designers that are part of the design team for the William D. Scott brand. So first and foremost on williamdscott.com. Then obviously on our social media channels, we've got the William D. Scott Instagram account. We're really excited to invite everyone to be a part of that and kind of start the conversation there and follow us, kind of see what we're up to. And then, of course, the Emporium Home, all of our social media accounts. So at Emporium Home and at William D. Scott for social media. Okay, so I've got another question. It is, what inspires you day to day? Okay, so for me, honestly, I know it's kind of cliche, like nature, travel, all those things inspire me. They really do. But life in my home and with my family and how we live, how we entertain, just kind of how I want to see our lives unfold in our own home and in our daily activities really inspires me, and inspires me for functionality a lot of the times, scale a lot of times, things that I just want to use in my day-to-day life inspires what I design. So I design a lot of times for things that I can't find or that I just feel would pair beautifully with kind of the way that I entertain or the way that I decorate my own home. So really that's my biggest inspiration. I'm from Arkansas. I live in Little Rock, and my design studio is here. So I've always lived in Arkansas. It's a really beautiful state. We have lots of gorgeous kind of topography and natural features. We have quartz crystal mines. We have a diamond mine. And it's just a beautiful state. Lots of really pretty lakes, lots of just gorgeous places to visit and see. So I feel like nature is a huge inspiration for me, and I think it's has a lot to do with where I live. And I've just always been inspired by nature and natural elements, natural stones, and then kind of just shapes that are in nature. And so that's of course a huge design inspiration for me. And then also travel. I love to travel. As does pretty much everybody, but I've had the opportunity to go to some really beautiful places in the world and experience other cultures, and that really informs my designs. From motifs or shapes or materials. Sometimes I'll travel and see a new material that I've never seen before, and it will inspire a design based on that material. So yeah, that's for sure a big part of my design. And I'm really lucky that I get to go to some cool places and see some really beautiful things. Um, okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to read another one. It says, your collections are so great. Thanks. What's your next big collection you are working on? Okay, so uh, kind of the way that the design process works in our industry, in home decor and furniture, it's actually a pretty long process. So I a lot of times will create a collection. Say it's a furniture collection. So a new furniture collection that I just was able to see all the samples of is our fountain collection. It's probably one of the things that I'm most excited about, that's upcoming. And that collection started months and months ago, like 8 months ago, possibly, I think 6 to 8 months ago. So starts with a hand sketch. So I hand sketch all of the designs that are in the Emporium Home collection. And then those designs go to one of our partners at one of the beautiful facilities that makes our product for us. And we start refining the sketches. We start moving into a sampling process. And then from that process, there's all these steps along the way. We get to a final sample, which is what I actually just reviewed a few weeks ago at our headquarters in Dallas. So the Fountain Collection is this beautiful furniture collection with all these fluted details, and it's really feminine and a beautiful kind of classic collection. So that's something I'm really excited about that's coming up. And then just within our own line that we have right now, there's some kind of iconic Emporium Home collections and designs that I will always love, because they're kind of what set the brand apart from the very beginning. So our agate burst chandelier is one of the pieces that is kind of iconic Emporium Home. Our eclipse agate chandelier and eclipse agate collection, that's something that I'll always love. It was kind of my first design and a design that got a lot of press. So it really put Emporium Home on the map as far as the home furnishings industry goes. We have a new daybed in our collection called the Cade Daybed. It's this really beautiful, kind of a large scale, almost mid-century looking daybed that has pleated leather detail and this really cool bolster and satin brass and like all the beautiful things that make my heart pitter patter. But that daybed's actually, so it's new in the collection. It's available now. And I named that design after my son, Cade. So my son's name is Cade. A lot of the pieces in my collection have names that are inspired by people that are in my life. And that was one that I just felt like really embodied my son. And kind of, he's cool and he loves retro design. So anyways, I can't wait to put the graphite Cade daybed in my son Cade's room. And then the Lola Quartz table, that's one that has been in our line for a while, but it's just iconic Emporium Home. I love it. It has quartz crystal details, and it's so popular that we decided to actually introduce a large-scale wall mirror that it is based on the top of the table. So the table has quartz crystals all the way around it, and the mirror hangs on the wall, obviously, and it has quartz crystals all the way around it. So it's really beautiful. So those are designs. Sorry, not people. I'm looking at those are designs that I love that I'm really excited about that are in the collection. Okay, we've got another question. Oh, what's my favorite color? Lavender. Much to some people's dismay. I love lavender. I think it's really unique. It's kind of becoming more trendy, if you will, but I've loved it my whole life. And it's always been kind of the Emporium Home signature color. So I always try to sneak lavender into a lot of my designs. Okay, let's see. Is that how long it normally takes to create? Okay, so yeah, as I said earlier, a design takes from the sketch all the way through development and testing and sampling and having it ready to ship to our customers, it can take anywhere from 6 months to a year. So please know that when you buy an Emporium Home piece or any of the beautiful designs that are on William D. Scott, there's been a lot of time invested and thought and love and tweaking and all these things. There's so many steps that go into creating a unique piece. We don't go and pick things off of a shelf. That's not what Emporium Home's about. That's not what William D. Scott's about. We want to offer our customers something that's completely unique that they can't find anywhere else. And that brings something really beautiful to their home and something that they know that's special, that they're not going to go to every, store on the corner and see. So you're getting something really unique when you buy from William D. Scott. Okay, so what are my other passions outside of furniture? Okay, I have a lot actually. My family, obviously. I love hanging out with my fam. They're awesome. I have been married to my husband it'll be 17 years. And he's amazing. He's my best friend. His name is Garrett. And then I have two awesome kids. My daughter, Brighton, she is 20 and she is a fashion design. She's studying fashion design in college. So really excited about that. And my son, 15, Cade. So they rock. I love them. I love to travel. As I said earlier, that's a huge passion of mine. I just feel like it opens up creativity. And it gives me so many just design perspectives of other cultures and influences, and honestly, just the beauty of the natural world. I love to travel. So that's just something that I really look forward to. And we build that into our calendar every year. We do a lot of traveling for fun and for inspiration and then also for work. So those are things that I love to do. I really also love to entertain. We entertain a lot at my house. We have parties, dinners, backyard barbecues, and all the different things for friends and family that we can. We're entertaining almost every week. So because I got the opportunity to kind of add some new categories to the Emporium Home collection, we are actually adding tabletop and some really cool entertaining pieces for later this year, like towards the end of the year for holiday. And I'm super excited to use those when I personally entertain at home. There's glassware, dishware, serving pieces, all these different really cool designs that have the Emporium Home aesthetic. So they blend with the collection and they're really just useful everyday pieces. So I can't wait to launch those. Okay, let's see. Okay, what inspired you to use natural quartz and stones in your designs? Okay, well, that's kind of a funny story, actually. When I was growing up, this will probably tell you how old I am, but when I was growing up, I don't know if anybody remembers the rock tumblers that you could buy, but I got a rock tumbler, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I must have been like maybe 7 or 8. I don't know. Anyways, if you don't know what a rock tumbler is, if you're like in your 20s, you probably have no idea. But a rock tumbler is this little like machine that you could put rough rocks in, and you would put it on and it would like roll them around, tumble for like weeks. And at the end of the process, you could get out these like shiny little stones that were kind of all tumbled smooth. Well, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I had my rock tumbler. I tumbled all kinds of rocks and had a little rock collection in my room. And that's like one of the very first memories I have of being infatuated with natural stones. I live in Arkansas, like I said earlier, so we have quartz crystal mines. We have diamond mines. Like we have quartz in our backyard. It's just kind of a part of the landscape here in Arkansas. So that's all. I've always just been around that. And seeing natural stones and the way that they look when they're illuminated, is just stunning to me. I think it's a really beautiful way to incorporate natural materials into your home that are unexpected and unique. So one of my very first, actually my very first lighting design was our Eclipse agate sconces and chandelier and that whole collection. And there's slices of agate in that design that are backlit, and the agate slices take on a whole new brilliance when they're backlit. And so I took that kind of concept and designed several other collections that have quartz crystals that are backlit and different minerals that are backlit. So you kind of get all the beauty of the stone, and it's like magnified with the being lit from behind. So I think just being from Arkansas and being kind of a nature girl, that's really what kind of propelled me to use a lot of the stones in my design. I just love them. I think they're gorgeous. So, okay. I just got somebody rock tumblers. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The next question is, do you hand draw your designs, or are they made digitally? Can we see your sketches anywhere? Okay, well, that's a really good question. So yeah, I actually do hand draw every single one of my designs. I'm so old school about that. I love to sketch. I grew up in a really creative house. My mom always kind of built art into our daily life. And she was a designer and creative and is an artist still to this day. And so from like as long as I can remember, I was always drawing, painting, printmaking, every medium. I was exposed to just about every medium that there is as a girl, like a child. So I love to hand sketch. I just think there's beauty in that. And for me as a designer, that process is therapeutic and it's exploratory. I really get to kind of go through a process for me from creating that original sketch is kind of my basis for starting the design process. And I work through that. It takes me a long time actually to create original sketches. I'm really particular about them. So every design starts with a hand sketch, and then yes, we move from a hand sketch into more technical drawings. Obviously, furniture is pretty technical. Lighting is very technical. So we have to have all of the little aspects and components and pieces and hardware and this and that and the other. Every little piece has technical drawings or CAD drawings that are associated with them. But everything starts with a sketch. So, okay. What's my favorite piece I've ever designed? Gosh, there's a lot. They're like my children. My designs are like my children. I like a lot of them, but I'll just say a few. How about that? I can't narrow it down to one. I love the quartz burst chandelier and quartz burst sconce. It was the very first design that I created where I incorporated natural quartz crystals. And when I designed that, there was nothing like it on the market at all. It was the first time I had ever seen LED technology used in a lighting design that also incorporated natural stone. And so it was kind of a big deal to even create that. I really had to work closely with our artisans to have that design come to life. So that one's probably special to me because it was kind of a triumph as far as like using new technology in the lighting industry and incorporating a material that I was really passionate about. So that's something that I love. I love there's a lot that I love, but I love our Wellington mirror. It's an iconic Emporium home design. It's been in the line for a long time and it will stay in the line because it's a customer favorite. It's really beautiful and unique. It's large scale. I love a big mirror. I mean, so many times I feel like we see teeny tiny mirrors on the market, and teeny tiny mirrors are great. I mean, they're great for gallery wall. They're great for a small space, powder room. But I like an impactful mirror, a statement mirror, and the Wellington mirror is definitely a statement mirror. There's another mirror in our collection called the Chancy mirror, and I really love it as well. It's smaller scale, so it's perfect for a powder room, but it's really unique. It has a sawtooth design, and it is exquisitely made. Beveled edge on the mirror, gold leaf detail, everything's hand done. It's just a really beautiful and great size mirror for a lot of different applications. So I love those as well. Okay. Okay. So, will you be releasing more artwork? What inspires you while you're painting? Okay, so yes, actually, we are. I'm currently working on a new art collection. So the way that that works is every piece in our art collection, I've actually hand painted myself. Whether it's a large scale canvas or it's a piece that's framed, those are all created by hand. By me. So I really love, like I said, I love artwork. I love the process of painting. I love the process of drawing. And so after I've created the original, we partner with a really awesome company right here in the United States to produce the art collections for us based on my original drawings and my original paintings. And this allows us to offer large scale artwork at a really good price. And it's honestly really executed gorgeously. So I'm excited about the artwork that's on our website right now. And then I'm actually working on a new collection that will release later in the year, probably towards the end of the year, some really beautiful floral motifs and more canvas artwork that's based off of some of my abstract paintings. So, and I work in acrylic sometimes for the paintings, but sometimes I'll work in oil. It just kind of depends on how I want to layer the medium. So, anyways, okay, let's see. Do you go? Oh, do you go to school for product design? Absolutely. Actually, no, I didn't. So my story's a little random. So I grew up in a house, like I said earlier, that was really creative and just always had that as a part of my life. Always painting, always drawing. I loved art class in school, but I before I was a designer, I actually owned a dance company and dance studio. So I was a dance instructor for 13 years before I did this. And the transition to being a furniture and home furnishings designer happened kind of by happenstance. My family moved into a new home, and it was really dated. There was a lot of kind of like circa 1992 lighting, and it was tragic. So I just kind of got online, looked around, and wanted to start, kind of redoing the house. And I had in my head what I wanted, but I just couldn't find it anywhere. And I mean, not that there was great stuff. There just wasn't exactly what I wanted. And I thought, this is weird. Why can't I find this? If I want this, surely there's other people that would want something similar. So I started sketching some pieces, and that's honestly how the brand started, was me not being able to find what I wanted from my own home and realizing that, okay, there might be something to this. And I started out with like 15 designs. Didn't really know what in the world I was doing. I just have always been creative. And so finding the way to bring that creativity from a sketch to market was, that was a process to figure that out, but we figured it out, and I love it. I feel like really this is what I was meant to do. So I might have stumbled upon it, but it's really my passion. I absolutely love design, and I love designing products. So I feel like I'm in the right place. Okay, let's see. How would someone get started developing their design skills starting from zero? Okay, well, I just feel like you really have to be, when you're looking at creativity and looking at the world, like I said, I travel a lot for inspiration, but I think that you also just have to have that inside you and kind of bring out what your vision is. You can take all this inspiration from nature, inspiration from travel, from things you've seen or experiences you've had, and then you just use that to inform you, but creativity comes from inside of you. So what do you want to see in the world? What do you love? What makes you happy? You know, what is a concept or a something that you want to see come to life? So for me, a lot of my collections come from a singular concept. You know, maybe it's I don't know, whatever, summer on the Mediterranean or whatever it is. So I kind of have that concept in my mind, and then I say, okay, well, how will that inform a lamp? How would that inform a rug? How would that inform a mirror or whatever it is? And maybe it's really subtly, maybe it's a motif or a shape or scale, even a material, a color. So I love starting with a reference point, a conceptual reference point, because as creatives, I think we all know it's really easy to get overwhelmed. It's really easy to have so many ideas that you're like, where do I start? And I get that a lot. I have to kind of like bring in the blinders and focus my energy on and my creativity on a concept and see that come to life in every one of the categories. That's just the best way that I've found to kind of guide myself through the creative process. Okay. Let's see. If you could go back in time, what advice would you give your younger self? Oh, there's a lot. I don't know if we have enough time. No, just kidding. Actually not. But younger self, as far as the design is concerned, you know, I didn't start in the industry like working anywhere else or designing for any other companies or anything like that. And I feel like some of my friends that did had some really good experience in dealing with artisans, experience in just all the different aspects it takes to bring a product through the whole creative process to fruition, to a tangible good that we can sell, that people are going to love, and that is going to you know, just bring beauty to someone's home. And so because I didn't have that background, I had to learn a lot of things the hard way, which I never like regret that, because I feel like a lot of lessons that you learn the hard way, those are the ones that you remember. You know, do we really remember lessons when somebody tells them to us? No, we don't. But it would have been a lot easier if I would have, you know, worked as a designer for another company, or you know, worked in the merchandising department somewhere, blah blah blah, whatever. But yeah, but I didn't, so I learned the hard way. Okay, how many hours a week do you spend on new designs? Okay, so it kind of depends. If I'm working on a collection, like actually drawing and sketching a new collection, which a new collection consists of hundreds of designs. You know, we'll have like little sub collections within, like, let's say for fall, the fall 2019 collection has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of designs in it. So, I mean, it could take me months to create that. And I love my job. I love working. I love to design. So I have I can sit down for like 8 to 10 hours and sketch in a day. I actually thought it would be a fun exercise this last round of designs that I did, to see on average, I kind of actually timed myself when I was sketching, to see on average how long it takes me to create a single sketch, you know, the different profiles, like, or the different viewpoints of that piece. Like, let's say it's a chest of drawers or whatever. So the more complicated designs, actually the collection I was talking about earlier, the fountain collection, on average, it took me like 4 hours per design, per sketch. So because it's really complicated, there was lots of little details and measuring and scale and all these things. You know, an accessory that's really simple, maybe it takes me an hour to do a sketch like that. So anywhere from like an hour to 4 or 5 hours per sketch. And so I'll work months to design a new collection. I mean, I'm designing all the time. So yeah, every day, all day long. I love it. Glad I like my job. Okay, let's see. I followed you when you were an independent. How did you end up with William D. Scott? Okay, so um, David and Frederick, who are two of the three partners for Global Views, which is an amazing company, they had this really incredible idea that they wanted to create a new online experience for consumers, something that wasn't out there, something that offered really kind of high level design direct to the consumer market, and a space where all of the products were unique and they weren't offered anywhere else. And so actually a mutual friend of ours put us together, and we kind of realized that this was an incredible opportunity for Emporium Home, my company, to come on board with them and put together this incredible user experience with beautiful products. So they took Emporium Home under their wing, and now the Emporium Home brand is offered on WilliamDScott.com exclusively. For me, as the creative director of Emporium Home, it gave me the opportunity, which was incredible and amazing, to take the Emporium Home brand and expand it. Before being with Global Views and William D. Scott, we had a lot of different categories in the home furnishings kind of space, but we certainly didn't have, we weren't as expansive as I wanted to be. And so now, because of the incredible network that Global Views has, I've been able to expand the Emporium Home brand into categories that, I never even knew that I would be able to, have. So we've got rugs, and we've got soft goods, pillows, of course, furniture and lighting and tables and artwork and things like that. But we're doing, a whole tabletop collection that I mentioned earlier, that was something that I had never done before. I'd never designed in that category, and it was so fun and so exciting. Tons of new ceramic pieces that are, decorative, vases or decorative objects. I had the opportunity to travel to some of our ceramic and glass factories back in December with David, actually, and then another one of our really talented designers, George. And we created so many beautiful ceramic and glass pieces, decorative pieces, and then also pieces that are usable for, whatever, serving, whatever. And it was amazing. So I'm really excited about that. And because of joining or becoming a part of the Global Views umbrella, they have given me the opportunity to expand the Emporium Home collection into so many different categories. And I'm really excited. I think everybody will absolutely love what we've done. Okay, let's see. There's more. Okay, how do you incorporate an ugly obligatory gift into your style? My mother-in-law gave me a hideous statue, and I don't know what to do with it. Help. Okay. I'm going to say, I think we all have those things. I feel like if you're in a situation that you can regift something like that, maybe like you regift it. If not, then, I feel like a lot of times, I don't know, it said I went offline for a minute. Oh, okay. Anyways, I feel like we end up having like little tchotchkes that may not go with the theme of our space or our, decor style or whatever. But I also think that some of those fun little things are like the personality to your home. So I love to buy unique pieces when I travel, and they're not always gonna fit with the design style of my house, but they're part of my story. They're part of my journey, and I don't care. I love the layered look. I love having a kind of a unique pop in a room that's unexpected, and maybe a little off. And that kind of adds personality and conversation. And it also just reminds you of who you are. Your house should look like you. So, I mean, or if you have a spare bedroom, you can put your ugly gift in your spare bedroom. Okay. Dinnerware. Okay, so there's a new, so will you have dinnerware in your new collection? Yes, there is so much dinnerware coming. I can't even handle it. Lots of dinnerware. Actually, several different collections. One's this beautiful glass we developed in Italy, several different ceramic collections, all really unique. I'm so excited about the dinnerware. I could scream. I cannot wait to entertain this holiday season with all the new Emporium Home dinnerware. So yes, there will be dinnerware. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else? How do I jazz up my backyard? I feel like it's dreary. Aw, dreary backyard. I'm so sad. Okay, actually, this is a little off topic, but I really love to garden. It's something that I live in Arkansas, so we have great weather for it. But it's like something my husband and I truly like to do. We love to get outside. We live on 5 acres, so we have a lot of, a good amount of land and a lot of really beautiful trees. We have a creek actually on our property. It's really gorgeous. 5 acres is a lot, so there's not all gardens on all 5 acres, but we spend a lot of time outside in our garden, in our flower beds and things like that, kind of planting and pruning. I have a lot of roses that I love to get out and deadhead and all that stuff. I feel like the best way to add kind of a spark or a spice, kind of spice your backyard space up is, add obviously plants. I love flowering plants, and there's some good ones. I don't know where you live, but check and make sure you're getting something for your region that's going to live, that doesn't take a lot of maintenance. I don't want to have to kind of deal with my flowers every day. But if you're using something that's, specific to your region, then you can add a lot of color with that. I love to have kind of unique pots and put all my plants in and everything. And then I think, if you live somewhere where it's really good climate, then you could add a really pretty, like if you're on your back patio, add a really pretty rug, add some throw pillows to your outdoor furniture for a pop of color. You can change those out seasonally. They're inexpensive. If you don't want them to get rained on, you can bring them in, if the weather gets bad or whatever. So I feel like there's a lot of ways to inject personality and kind of into a dreary backyard just through some simple accessories. Okay, let's see. What trends do you see coming up in the next year? Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm not much of a follow the trend kind of girl as far as from a designer perspective. I know that sounds a little like a lot of people do. A lot of people are like, what's the trend going to be? And they design based on kind of what the people that are trend, kind of trend forecasters are thinking. I don't do that. I feel like, first of all, when somebody does something unique as far as from a design perspective, a concept or a shape or a material, people are going to generally copy that, and then you're going to see it all over the marketplace, and then that's what a trend is. A trend is when there's lots of one thing. But from just like a perspective of what do I see people kind of moving towards, and that is a trend, but what do I see people craving in their homes? And I kind of see people craving a little bit more simplicity, but like not in a super stark modern way. Simplicity and form and really thoughtful details. So that's something that I was talking about earlier. One of the new furniture collections I created or just designed, the Fountain Collection. It's simplistic in form and in shape, but it's really special and unique because there's all these beautiful fluted details. All of the hardware I designed, and it was all custom made, cast out of brass, all hand cast. All the drawers are lined and this beautiful cream velvet. Like, there's so many gorgeous details that, I mean, they're heirloom pieces, truly. So I say if there's a trend, it's designs and products that are made to last, that are made to make your home beautiful, not just today, but for years. So I don't love fast fashion. I don't love fast decor. I want pieces that I feel like speak to me in my own home, and that I know, okay, if I want to give that to my daughter in 25 years, it's still going to look good, and it's a classic, and it's something that she can have forever. So that's my personal take on what I think is coming. I think people are just craving something that's more permanent. Um, so that's my 2 cents. Okay, let's see. Those lamps behind you are fabulous. Thank you. Are these? Oh, they're right here. Are these your designs? Yes, this is our Willis lamp. It's been in our line for several years, and it's a really good seller. It's just unique, and the shape's kind of cool. And of course, the finish is really unique and kind of goes with a lot of different decor styles. So yes, they are in the Emporium Home Collection. Okay, let's see. Any advice for someone who is afraid of color in their space? Okay, yeah, totally, actually, because I'm one of those people. I'm not afraid of color. I love color. I think because I deal with it all day long, I have a tendency in my own home to go more neutral on my big pieces. So my sofas, my furniture, all of my case goods and things like that are fairly neutral. So I love creams. I love grays. In my pieces that are investment pieces. But for an occasional chair, for throw pillows for sure, obviously, I like unique throw pillows. Lamps, there's so many great ways to add color to your space without kind of marrying yourself to like a purple sofa. I mean, hey, if you want a purple sofa, more power to you. I love that. I have some kind of loud upholstery in my own house, but in occasional chairs. So I think that if you can incorporate color with throw pillows, artwork, rugs, accessories, and honestly, paint. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but paint's in an inexpensive way to really change a room. You can take a room and not change anything else in it and just change the wall color. You can do the whole room, or you could do a feature wall, and it literally changes your room. Do that, change out some of your throw pillows, and you have like it's instantly different. So I think that there's some easy ways to kind of dabble into adding splashes of color into your space and not making a huge commitment by buying, a sofa that's like a primary color sofa. So, okay, let's see. I love the unique designs of your product. Thank you. Especially the Cade Daybed. What was your inspiration for the design of this bed? Okay, so the Cade Daybed, like I said earlier, I created that design with my son in mind. So my son's name is Cade. He is 15, and he is just like, honestly, the coolest dude. I know I'm partial, but he's really cool. He, as a 15-year-old, loves like really good music. He loves like Hall and Oates. I mean, he's awesome. And he loves mid-century design. He's very into kind of science and mathematics, and loves mid-century pieces. So that design kind of was informed by what he loves and what I kind of see in him from a design perspective. And I wanted something really cool that could go feminine or masculine. So we offer the Cade Daybed in a really beautiful kind of creamy milk colored leather. And then we also offer it in a graphite leather, which totally changes the look and feel of that piece, just the color and of the leather. So cream, super feminine. I mean, both colors could go in any space, but the cream just reads a lot more feminine. And then the graphite changes it to masculine, just like that. So it was that design was based off of my son. Okay, let's see. If you could pick one designer artist whose work inspires you most, who would that be? Oh gosh, that's a lot. This is going to be kind of funny, but honestly, one of our designers that's a part of the William D. Scott family, George Sellers. He is really talented. He's an incredible sculptor, and has been a sculptor for years and years and years. But he studied in Florence, and he is like an old master. I mean, truly, he's so talented. And that informs his design as far as furniture and lighting and all of these. He has just a really beautiful aesthetic that's different from mine, but I can totally appreciate it. And I know him personally, so I think sometimes people say, oh, this such and such is my design hero, and it's this person from history and whatever, and that's amazing. But for me, like, I know George, and I know the kind of person he is, and so he's like an everyday hero to me, because he is so talented, but he's also just really, really nice. Like, the nicest guy in the whole wide world. And I have the best time when I'm with him. We literally giggle, like, it's hilarious. So him, George Sellers. I love him. Okay. Let's see. Those gorgeous lamps. Thank you. Who is your favorite artist that you might take inspiration from? Well, I'm gonna say I don't know if I necessarily take inspiration from her. I think I take trying to be fearless in my design from an artist named Ashley Longshore. I don't know if y'all know who she is, but I'm sure you do, because she's all over the place right now. And I've loved her for a long time. I mean, she's super popular now, but I've been following her for years. So, funny story, she actually, years and years ago, a design firm who bought Emporium Home Products was redoing her home in New Orleans, and they put a lot of the Emporium Home products into her house. And this was before she became like super, super big, and they sent me pictures, and I was so excited because I loved her work. And now she's like the it female artist, honestly, in the whole wide world. And she's just, some of her stuff is controversial, and she's like a kind of a pop artist, but she's hilarious, and she's totally herself. And I think as a creative, she gives a lot of other creatives the confidence to just be who they are and create what's inside them. So Ashley Longshore, she's hilarious. If y'all don't follow her or you've never checked her out, you should check her out. Be warned, she's controversial, but she's funny and she's awesome. Okay, let's see. I think I might have. Well, I'm going to go back. Let's see. I'm going to go back to just to some of my favorite, I think, designs. I think I might have. Yeah. Okay, so going back to kind of the process of design for me, I start from the sketch. I go through all the way. So sketch in my own, studio. That's where everything starts. Then we kind of decide collectively which one of our kind of our vendor partners and group of artisans that make all of the different product for us, kind of where the design fits based on the techniques that they use, based on the materials that they use. There's a lot of decision making that goes into a design before it ever even we start sampling. So we decide kind of where does this product need to be in, wherever it is, based on the type of material that we're going to use, or based on this specific artisan's craftsmanship, how they carve wood, or whatever it is. So once we've decided where we want to place the design, then the conversation starts with those artisans. And there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of tweaking. And honestly, some of the artisans that we work with, they blow my mind. They literally get my sketch on a piece of paper, and they take that and make it a piece of furniture. with every single detail that my imagination could ever come up with. And the great thing about it is a lot of our the artisans that we work with, I've worked with for years, like 5, 7, 8 years. And so they know me really well, and they know a lot of times exactly how to translate what I've drawn. And it's an incredible, beautiful process that I'm really thankful for and that I really enjoy. Um, it's so it's so comforting and wonderful to know that our products are made by people who really care about what they do. They have incredible skills and they love their jobs. And it's fun to work with them to create a product. There's a lot of, they have a lot of pride, just like I do, in creating something beautiful that's going to live in someone's home and be a part of their life. So the way that we partner with our artisans is special to me, and I'm really thankful for that. It creates a beautiful product. Okay, let's see. How do you feel about combining a variety of design styles in a room, such as mid-century with 70s boho? Okay, well, I think if your vibe is mid-century and 70s boho, rock on with your bad self. Like, your house needs to reflect you. If you walk into your own home and you don't feel at ease, you don't feel energized and creative and happy and rejuvenated and all those things that you're supposed to feel in your own home, then your home doesn't reflect you. Like a lot of times I will say that it's a lot like your clothes. Like, do you wear clothes that don't fit you? No. Do you wear clothes that you think are ugly? Hopefully not. I don't know, but you shouldn't. Like, you wear clothes that you love. You wear clothes that fit your body. You go to the store, you pick them out, and that's what you wear to feel good about yourself as an expression of your own style and of your own personality. So I feel like your home should be that exact thing, an expression of your style and your personality, or the style and personality of your family. So I say, if you love different kind of style influences, bring them together, make something totally unique. Your home should be like a thumbprint. It's totally unique to you. It shouldn't look like anybody else's. And I think a lot of times the most celebrated designers that we see, a lot of times they really can do that well. We see homes in magazines and then we love and we think are really beautiful, but those homes that we love and that we see, they're a reflection of that homeowner. So we can take, a lot of great concepts as far as space planning and different things like that, but in the end, our homes should reflect us. And I think that you just should combine styles. I combine styles in my house, and that's because I love a lot of different things. So there you go. Okay. Let's see. What would be your ideal space to get a chance to create design? Gosh, I actually designed my home that I live in. We built this house. It's been about a year and a half ago. So I had never built a home from scratch. I've never had a new construction home. And it was a really cool experience for me. Like a lot of people hate building houses, and I love it. I think it was like so fun. I got to, plan out every little detail. I got to design the spaces based on the way that my family lives and the way that we want to entertain and spend our daily lives. So honestly, I know that's kind of like not a singular space, but designing our house, the house that we live in, from ground up, and picking out everything and every, architectural feature, every finish, all of that, and also picking out all of the furniture and decor that went inside of our home was really a fun experience for me. So I loved that. Okay, let's see. I think we might be. Oh, we've got a few more minutes. Okay. Well, I'll go back to that point as far as designing my house. I think also, as far as me as like a singular space, what I love to design if I had to pick a room in my house, I love our great room. The one that I'm sitting in, you can't see the whole thing, but it's a really big room where we've got a fireplace at one end, and then at the opposite end, that direction, it's open to my kitchen, like completely open. And so it's kind of where we gather. It is, where we cook our meals, where we hang out. If we have friends over, everybody's in this space, and it's pretty large. So we can have a lot of people over, and everybody can be together, and we can kind of enjoy all of our guests. So I loved this space. It had some design challenges because it's a vaulted room. So it's a vaulted great room. It's 2-story. And I had never had that in a home before. I'd never had a vaulted, really large, kind of expansive space. So it's harder to design that and to fill it and to make it not feel like cavernous. I've got some chandeliers and some beams and everything on the ceiling that kind of brought the space down a little bit, but it's got a whole wall of windows, and I wanted that. I'm really kind of I need natural light. I love natural light. I love being able to see outside. So that was important for me to have that in the space, and it just kind of grounds the space because you can see all of our property out the back windows, and it just brings the outside in. So I'm able to have white walls in here because the outside is literally trees and green and beautiful. So it kind of brings it down a touch for us and makes it a little bit more cozy. Okay, let's see. Favorite holiday? Christmas, without a doubt. I am a gift giver. I love it. I love to give presents. I love to wrap presents. I'm like that girl that gets all of her Christmas shopping done before Thanksgiving most of the time, except for when I'm out of town. But I love Christmas. It's a really special holiday for my family. I love all holidays. I like to celebrate. Okay, let's see. What type items in your collection do you think work into anyone's style of decorating? Okay, well, I think just about anything. Like I said earlier, I feel like when you kind of add different styles into your space, and it makes it feel more layered and more natural. I don't like walking into a room that has all the same style. So I feel like anything in our collection could layer in with different points of view or different styles, if you will. A more traditional room can really be impacted in a fun way by a kind of a more contemporary chandelier, or vice versa. Like, I just feel like you don't have to kind of pigeonhole yourself into one design trend or design style, if you will. Mix it up and add different elements into your space that kind of create a collected, layered look. That's always key. Will you do a house tour video? Maybe. Yeah, probably. We could do that at some point. One of our last photo shoot, actually, we did in my house. So a lot of the images you see on our website are actually in my own home. Okay. Okay, so yes, I'll answer that, and I think we're done. I think I went over. But yes, so my own home, we need to do a video here so I can show everybody. There's lots of Emporium Home designs in my house. Surprise, surprise. And I'd love to kind of show you guys. So maybe we can schedule that for a later date on our channel. I just want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. It was really sweet, and I love to answer all the questions. It was fun. This is what I do every single day. It's my passion, and I love to share that with you guys. So check out the Emporium Home Collection on William D. Scott and all of the other beautiful products on there. We're dropping new collections all the time. And I just thank you for joining today. I'm not sure how to get off this, but maybe I do this. I don't know. Okay. Bye. Thanks, guys.